Oneyplays!
With friends.
This water is very confusing.
It's just a hitbox, isn't it?
I like how the
essentially.
boxes float around. They rotate slightly.
Look at this wheel.
That I just found. I know everybody was waiting for that.
I clench my teeth every time I hear "look at this."
I clench my feet like a small little ape.
What would you do then if Robbie Rotten released a new hit single called "I Clench My Teeth"?
You do my gun go off.
What's that?
My gun go off.
That's 50 Cent.
There's a song called My Gun Go Off?
Yeah.
Because his gun go off.
Hey, I did it. Papa. My gun off.
How is what's his
Is
face?
it Gungan or Gunga? I always get it mixed up.
Gungans.
In the movie, it's Gungan.
Okay.
He calls him Goonga.
He calls them Gungas.
Okay.
Whatever happened to Robbie Rotten, man?
What about him?
He didn't die, did he? We probably would have heard if he died.
If he dies,
I'll be very, very sad.
what if he died and everyone ran into his funeral singing the song really fast?
That would be
running
awful.
around?
That would be really terrible.
They're
Oh
gonna.
my God.
Oh no, that'd be. Really
It'll
bad.
happen too.
No,
Yeah.
it won't happen.
It won't happen at his funeral, but like that'll be what everybody will post drawings.
People will.
It'll be
People.
like when Robin Williams died and everybody was posting drawings of fucking Batty Coda. And it's really fucking.
They're gonna sneak into his funeral and someone's gonna give a eulogy and say, "Look at this man that I just
this
found.
corpse."
His body's going down into the ground."
Someone's gonna do a really sad piano version of that song.
They will.
A really stupid autistic faggot.
Dinosaur story.
Dinosaur Story?
That's we're back. He gets the brain drain.
He goes, oh, Robot, back to the dawn of time where the bing, bing, bang, and the diddly do.
I hate that song.
Robot, right?
But I love that movie.
I like that movie.
I love it.
I like that song, fuck you.
What makes them realize that the dinosaurs are real?
When he says, and he grabs her in by the head.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm a real.
I like that. He grabs her head.
He said, I am a real man.
He lifts her off the ground by the head.
He says, I will kill you.
With his tiny little hand.
Wait a
He
second.
says, I am played by John Goodman. She goes, oh, my dog.
Good stuff.
You know, everything else that was happening was believable that it was a robot, but something about this now.
I really like when Crash gets vaporized.
Me too, it's nice.
I think it's probably one of the scariest
It's
ways
nice,
to
it's
die.
peaceful.
How come it's okay for boys to get vaporized but not girl?
There's probably a hack of this where they swap the model with Coco so you can watch her get vaporized.
I like this level.
This,
I like.
I likes these levels.
This was one of my favorite levels when I played it as a boy.
That's yeah, you're
Okay.
Squisgar.
These levels,
Yeah.
He says food libraries.
food libraries. Toki was my
Say
favorite.
food libraries.
Toki was funny.
That was too far. I overdid it.
Food libraries. Food libraries. That was a really good concept for a show.
It was.
It's okay, it's gone forever and never gets a conclusion.
Little edgy 16-year-old me was in heaven.
Me too. I loved it.
I need to watch it again, I guess.
Season one is not very good.
I remember. Yeah, I think that's probably true too. But I remember.
That's how I remember it at the time.
I remember whenever it was actually just trying to be goofy, it actually ended up being very funny.
It has really bad sound mixing in the first season. You can barely hear what anyone's saying for some reason, especially the first episode.
Are you saying Brendan Small doesn't know nothing about audio?
I would tell you right now, right here, Brandon Small sucks my dick.
You're a lucky man, Chris.
Brendan Small, come on as a guest and prove him otherwise.
Brendan Small, you're my hero.
He wouldn't do it.
No, he wouldn't do it.
Oh.
You know what I thought?
I like him.
Me too.
He's a good.
I think,
he's really talented.
I think
Yeah.
Lucy, Daughter of the Devil still holds up. I watched that again recently and I thought it was still good.
Am I in it?
I thought the Drinky Crow show still hold up. You died.
I think it holds up, and I think you died.
Brendan Small's so good at music.
At views.
Why do you think he was so nervous? Like that first episode of Home Movies
Yeah.
was fucking terrible.
Is it?
Well, a lot
Everybody's
of
like-
people are gonna disagree with you on that because the whole thing was improvised. But The first few episodes of Home Movies, he's tripping over himself trying to talk without laughing. He sounds really panicked the whole time.
That sounds funny.
And then as soon as the second season came in, he was completely fine with doing it.
Do you think it's just because they depended on scripts more?
Second
Instead
season?
of,
a
instead
lot of it's still
improv?
but there is more structure to it. Fourth season, I think, is when they completely gave up on any improv.
Jeez, he's a fucking scary young man, isn't he? Oh,
What would you say is the best episode of Home Movies?
the one where fucking Coach McGurk kills Brendan.
When he jerks the gurk.
He jerks the girl.
He says, I can't do his voice.
Brendan.
Give my gherkin a jerkin.
I really like whenever Coach McGurk yells at Melissa for being a little girl. He gets really abusive with her, and it's really funny.
He's got a really funny yelling voice in general.
She's really good at acting like a child.
Yeah, she is.
Who is she? Is she my?
I think her name is actually Melissa,
Yeah.
right?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I like Jason.
Check this out.
Oh,
Yeah, I see.
Fuck me. Fuck me!
You had to break all the crashes.
What? The cracks?
Crash!
Have you ever picked a small worm out of your crack?
yeah.
The
They
seams?
had your face.
Have you ever stepped on a push pin?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you ever stepped on a nail and it was rusty and you say, haha, rusty nail?
Rusty sprinkler?
Enter my body.
Haha, rusty nail. Enter my body.
Chris, is
Yeah.
that Mario?
Rusty nail.
Chris, if you pulled a worm out of your butt, like you've been itching for like 3 days, and you finally just reached in there and you pulled out a worm. Who's the worst person for it to have the face of?
I don't know, someone in ISIS?
Okay.
Because then you'd be like, how did you get there? Is this part of the grand scheme?
They yeah, it's the first part of Sharia law.
How small?
You must be a worm in somebody's butt.
How did I get hit? This is not fair. I don't like getting killed.
I really like the sound that it makes.
That one?
Yeah, when it hits the weak spot.
I like the glowing bullets he's shooting.
What would you say is the worst episode of Home Movies?
I honestly can't remember any plots. Ouch. What would you
Because
say?
I'd say
I think the one we watched last night was
The
not that
Renaissance
great.
Fair one?
No,
Because,
the one where he's trying to do the script backwards.
You don't like that one?
There's really no.
I like
really
that
no
one.
story to it besides the fact that it's backwards.
I feel like that Renaissance Fair one I really don't like.
Jesus.
That's just because you don't like the concept of Renaissance.
No, it's not just that. I think it's kind of a boring episode.
Was the episode where he goes to the kid's birthday good? That one stuck
Yeah,
out of my mind.
no, that's a
That
good
one, I
one.
remember that one being a
Yeah,
pretty
that's a good one.
That
I
one
really
sticks
like
out.
episodes with Fenton. I think Fenton is a funny character.
He's such an asshole.
You know what? I remember the worst one. I shouldn't say the Renaissance one because that's not even that bad.
Yeah, what is it?
It's the fourth season. There's one where there's a kid that Melissa has a crush on, and nothing happens the whole episode, and
remember
it's
that.
really really boring. And it's mostly pre-scripted, so it's not even entertaining.
I got really mad when they made Walter and Perry steal stuff.
Because
come on.
it's subverting expectations when you do that. When the characters who seem like they're the nice friendly
What
ones
is
are
that?
bad.
What is that? Oh my gosh. Fuck me. Fuck me. I'm gonna die. I was a fool. I was a fool.
You can do it, Chris.
God. I swear to God. Okay, well, I'm dead. Hooray!
She fell down into space.
She's fine.
She fell to the bottom of space.
I love these boring engine boss fights.
Excuse me.
This is so unbelievably boring.
People say this is the best one.
Really? No, they don't. What would be an actual
not
good
kidding.
Crash Bandicoot boss fight? Like, the boss fights are pretty weak, right?
I never had a problem with them though.
They're boring, though. There's nothing...
I don't get bothered. They go by really quick.
Yeah, usually this one doesn't.
No, this one doesn't, which is why I'm not
I
that
think it's
big
because
on
it's
it.
the penultimate.
You know
boss.
what?
They
Dingo
wanted it to
Dial is
have-
okay.
They wanted it to have.
They're all as harmless typically as Dingo Dial though.
Usually.
Like Tiny takes probably 10 seconds in this game to do. They're
Yeah.
all usually pretty short.
Ripperoo's really boring in both games.
It's short though, so I don't really care.
Yeah. Shorter in the second game. In the first game, it's really annoying.
Do you think it would be fine if they just cut that second segment?
Probably.
Like if it just ended after the
Yeah.
robot?
Yeah.
The engine fight in 2 I'm fine with because at least it's combining something you're familiar with, like
Yeah, it's your
platforming,
platforming, yeah.
while throwing stuff. I'm okay with that one. It's always weird when games are designed like that.
Where it gets easier.
Yeah, 'cause-
you're just getting more bored then.
Dr. Mario, people always talk about playing it on the hardest level where it's just stacked to the top, but it only starts out hard. It just gets easier the further in you get.
Okay. Like,
He's dead.
fucking thank you. I'm so bored.
Oh no, it's his final form.
If only they'd look closer.